This is The Science Show, and I'm Robyn Williams. Item number 1 was about the nuclear threat, an interview I did with a scientist from the United Nations. The second item was about biodiversity, and this was a Vice-Chancellor from one of the Canadian universities, deploring what was happening to forests, biodiversity. And the third item was with Lord Ritchie Calder, who is the person in the House of Lords who is in charge of energy policy. And I heard him saying that here are the measures of the gases, the greenhouse gases, going into the atmosphere. And we've been saying since 1963, this is going to really be catastrophic for the climate. Here we are in 1975, and people have done nothing about it. Boing! And the last item in the Science Show that day was, by the way, the publisher of the Scientific American, who said young people are marching away from science. He said, my career as a publisher has failed. You know, it's incredible, the parallels. Because it's about the future. If you look at nature, nature's all around you. To do anything with science is to try to examine, to explore. So you're going from one place to the next, and you're trying to answer questions. And everyone's got a future, and everyone's got health, and everyone's got an environment that they care about. I remember David Suzuki saying during COVID, he discovered having a pee out in the open was an existential experience because he took it slowly and he looked. So science is about everything around you that matters. What they need to do, the scientists, is have a constant relationship with the decision makers. And I think they can demand that because now the evidence is overwhelming for two things. One of them, our natural future, when you consider the environment, biodiversity, as well as climate, as well as various other things to do with health and so on. Those are not just dependent on science, which we always knew, but utterly dependent. You know, it's really in crisis land. The second thing is that for every $1 you invest in science, you get $10 back. That's an investment. It's fantastic. It is really weird. No one in my family lived beyond 60. My brother died at the age of 60. My father at 57. The fact I'm here at 78 is weird. It's as if I've been reincarnated. I've been frozen overnight somewhere and still around. It gives you a different perspective. It opens the doors and a network. Journalists and filmmakers need a network, otherwise you get into bad habits. So whenever I go anywhere to do interviews, I say, okay, here are the famous people I want to see anyway. Hit me with the new ones I've never heard of. The Academy's been essential in that regard. And so there are all sorts of benefits. But of course, they're such wonderful people. It really is terrific stuff.